Hello, everybody. My name is Mark, and I am the Casual Exile. Today, we're going to be taking a trip through Clearfell. So, last video, we went through the your first town, the Clearfell Encampment. But today, we're going to be going into Clearfell to do a little exploration, kill some monsters, and hopefully get some good loot. So, with that, let's dive right in. Oop, wait a minute. I can't. I have an uncut skill gem. That's right. Renly gave me this sweet reward the last time. I need to use it. So how do we use it? Well, we right-click on your uncut skill gem to engrave it. And that's going to open up a new window for us. It's going to open up the gem cutting window. So on the left-hand side, you can see all of the different tabs. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Some of the weapons are not in-game yet. So if you click on, for instance, flail or sword or dagger, you're going to see coming soon. Other than that, you're pretty much going to see most of the other skills that are associated with a given class. I say associated with a given class because, as I've said now a couple of times, associated, the class in and of itself does not necessarily limit you to what equipment you can equip, what passives in the passive skill tree you can take, or what gems you can cut and use. They are, however, going to be limited by your attributes. For example, some you're not going to be able to use unless you have a certain strength or dexterity or intelligence. Some are limited by level. Some are limited by the weapon that you currently have equipped. For example, if I want to enable falling thunder, well, I can cut this gem all day long, but I'm not going to be able to put it in my gem slot because I don't have a required quarterstaff enabled, right? So when you first open up your gem cutting, it's going to default to whatever the tab is for your given class. So since I am a witch, it's going to open up on occult, and it's going to give me suggestions on what skills I might want to cut. So I might want to cut a skeletal sniper, or a contagion, or an unearth. Oh, wait, I already have that one. So it'll give me that warning. It'll still allow you to cut it if you really want to, but it'll give you a warning anyway. Or I can flip over to elemental. I want to play a sorcerer hybrid, right? If I want flame wall or ice nova or frost bomb or spark, right? Obviously, I can't cut with a level 1 skill gem. Let me open this back up, right? I have a level 1 skill gem, right? I cannot cut a level 3 gem with a level 1 gem. Just doesn't work. Also, I wouldn't be able to equip it because I'm only level 2 and I need to be level 6. Make sense? Good. So what I'm going to do as a good up-and-coming witch is I'm going to cut this skill called Contagion, and what Contagion does is it gives everybody a cold. That's pretty much what it does. I already have skeletons working for me, and I really don't need the skeletal snipers. I think that giving everybody a cold and giving them 2 chaos damage per second is going to be really, really, really handy. So we click on that. And if you click on it...
Monsters that die while infected with contagion will spread the infection to nearby enemies. The damage of a contagion increases each time it spreads. Other chaos debuffs on the enemy, such as essence drain, will also be spread. Infected corpses can be used to spread contagion if you use a skill that targets the corpse, such as unearth. Monsters...
So it gives you a little video, and it gives you a general description to help you along to make sure that you understand, at least at the onset, you know, how this particular skill works. And that is on every single one, right? You select the skill to play the video, and it'll give you that, right? So I'm going to engrave this, and it appears in my inventory. And as you can see over on the left-hand side, it automatically opens up my skill tree, or my skills again as well. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to drag it over. So now it's in place. And now remember, I have to assign it to one of my keys. So I left-click on it over here and drag it. And I'm going to assign that to the Q key for me. You can really assign it to any of these keys that you want. Your keys might be different. For instance, I have my set down here mapped to Q, E, mouse button 4, T, and F. You can assign these buttons to anything you want. This one's left mouse button, middle mouse button, right. And the way that you do that is you go into your options. So you hit the either these three little dashes down here. You can just hit the O key. And then you go into your input. And then, again, here's everywhere you can, everything you can assign, right? All your bound skills. All the way down to looking at, you know, hey, if I want the O key instead of the I key for inventory, I can do that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Now that we have our skill done, we have our weapon equipped. Hey, let's go to Clearfell. All right, we are in Clearfell. You see that I have my minions. They reappeared from my rattling scepter, and there's a checkpoint right here, so I'm going to just move over. And it's giving us a new tutorial. I think I talked to you about this in the riverbank, but if you press and you hold that space bar, you'll sprint. But be careful not to get hit while you're sprinting, because it will cause you to fall over and take additional damage. They call it a heavy stun. So we'll run around a little bit. All right, let's find some monsters. Make our way. Oh, look at that, I'm lost already. Ah, here we go. Now, kind of like the last map, you know, these guys aren't going to move that fast. There are some new abilities that you can see. For example, with that young lady, she cast a lovely area that you probably don't want to stand in if you can help it at all. Lots of rotten wolves in this area. They don't move too fast. And again, I'm a completionist, so I look at, I like to go the entire map. I really do. And really, the intent of these first couple maps is not to overwhelm you. It is to get you used to your first couple of skills, get you used to the character type, your class type. And iron out any bugs as you go along. So, I see there's some stuff on the ground here, a little blue stuff. It appears to be leading me somewhere. Oh, look, it's a checkpoint. Oh, yeah, that hurt.
This half-wit is in need of rescuing.
All right. Going on here? Huh. Maybe there's some more monsters around that I missed. Huh. Oh. I'm going to use that checkpoint. Go back to the beginning. Now we'll go back to Farrow. There he is. That's probably just a little bug, but no big deal. All right, let's hear what Farrow has to say.
Name's Farrow. Some call me Rune Seeker, but Farrow will do fine. I'm far from home, but these lands are even more unwelcoming than I expected.
Unwelcoming? Really? The dead seemed quite happy to welcome you. So, why are you so far from home, Farrow?
Runes, inscriptions, etched into remnants from ancient times. For whatever reason, they burn brighter in all this bedlam. Now, a smith I may have been back home, but I'm no clansman, no warrior. Perhaps we can aid each other.
I take all the risk. You bask in the rewards, I take it.
No, no. We'll share those in equal parts, of course. Speaking of, let's investigate that remnant.
Yeah, let's. Hey, but first, see how if you hover over a couple of these things, spots, I love going up to open everything. Sometimes you'll see boulders, sometimes you'll see pots, sometimes you'll see, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Go and open it. You never know what you're going to find in there. Trust me on this one. All right, let's see what Farrow, whatever. Let's see what he has to say.
Ah, a formidable inscription. But we can add to it. Combinations of inscriptions react to the will of the inscriber. Look here. My tome contains many rune shapes. Try your hand at one.
All right. Oops, wrong screen. You don't want to see that. You want to see that. There we go. Let's open up the Runeshape Tome. That's why I got my ugly face out of there, because I knew it was going to pop up over on the left. So it appears that this is the new Runes of Aldur League. And so this part of it is inscribing runes. And so I guess as you inscribe these runes, you're able to make an Orb of Transmutation, which upgrades a normal item to a magic item, or an Orb of Augmentation, which augments a magic item with a new random modifier. Now, since I have white items, normal, I want this one, right? Because I want to upgrade one of these to a magic item and get some better stuff. Get some better attributes on my wand. But in doing so, it appears that when I do these things, monsters cannot be shocked or chilled, and all damage can shock and chill. And then finally, they gain some extra cold damage. So I think as we inscribe these runes, what's going to happen is we have a whole bunch of monsters that are going to come out of this thing and attack us. And if we beat them, then we get our Orb of Transmutation. But let's find out. Inscribe the rune shapes. Here we go. Oh, yeah, nice. Run away. Good job, buddy.
Putrefy. A beautiful murder.
Don't forget to use your 1 key if you start to run low on health. Very, very important. And look at that. All right.
Make a fine team.
Yeah, great. Yeah, now that you ran away. All right, so I see the Tempest rune. I see the Cold rune. What happens if I click on one of these? Oh, look at that. All right, I got 2 Orb of Transmutation and a Felled Great Club. Cool. All right. So, before we speak to Farrow again, what did I just get? I got 2 Orbs of Transmutations. And what do Orbs of Transmutations do, you might ask? Well, my good friends, what they do is they convert a normal item to a magic item with a modifier. So let's do that. I am going to right-click on this item, and I'm going to turn my normal item into... Hey, it gave me 7 intelligence. Not bad. And then I'm going to upgrade my normal rattling scepter over there. Allies in your presence deal, added attack cold damage. That's not bad because it gets my minions a little bit stronger. So what are modifiers? I think we talked about this a little bit earlier when you have a magic modifier, right? If you hold down the Alt key, you can see a little bit more detail in the item, and you can see that this item has a suffix, which means that if you added another magic via a Orb of Augmentation, you would get a prefix. Now, I'm not going to go into the full spreadsheet. I'm going to keep this real simple. There are websites out there where you can look at every single available prefix and every single available suffix that there is. But that's not what I'm here for, right? If you want to go dumpster diving into the world of spreadsheets, have at it. But right now, let's just focus on, you got 7-2 intelligence, or I got 7-2 intelligence, and I got some added damage for my minions, so that's a good thing. All right, let's talk to Farrow.
That was impressive. The Verisium in that remnant was mighty powerful. You did well. Now, I've traveled to Ogham because I'm researching the origins of my craft. Some Ezamites would say rune shapes were simply brought to us by the first ones, but I reckon there's more to the tale.
First one's this, first one's that. You Ezamites are rather dull.
Oh, come now. We mean no harm. Help me in my research, and I'll do what I can to aid in your undertakings. Seek out more remnants like this one. It'll be worth your while. Good on you.
All right. So he gave me a Runeshape Tome, and that unlocks them. That opens with B. So let's go ahead and open that. So as you can see, there's 5 tabs associated with it. Looks like we got currency, runes, gems, alloys, uniques. So that's interesting, right? And then you can see how there are a whole bunch of recipes in there that scroll all the way down. So it looks like you can make runes that, these are probably low-level runes, right? And then they keep going up and up and up and up and up. And I think if I remember correctly, this top-level rune is like super-duper-duper hard. But if we came upon a rune stone, we could, by default, make these guys, right? We need to discover a recipe in order to be able to unlock and make a rune. So, all right. Let's continue exploring this area. So again, tab to open up your mini map or your larger map. I like to use it just to see where I am at, and because I am a completionist, I like to go up and make sure that I didn't totally miss an area, as it appears that I did. Hey, look at that. A nice power. So let's go back into the passive tree. And remember earlier, as I told you, right, at the onset, really what you're looking for is damage, right? Just pure and simple. We are not exploring the world of build guides. We are not exploring the meta here. The one-shot everything, no matter how tough it is, right? We're not chasing the dream. We're just trying to have fun. Because at the end of the day, we're on limited time, right? We're all adults. We've got lives outside of Ray class. And so we want to maximize the fun that we have here. To me, fun is killing things. So I'm going to go for damage. Another 8% damage. And give my minions a little more power. So I'm sorry, wait. So I was here last time, so I can either go here, get +5 to any attribute, or 10% damage. All right, so I'm going to take that one, and then I'm going to apply my points. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Hey, I'm going to run a little bit. Get down to this area a little bit faster. And let's cross the bridge. Oh, a nice chest. Now, you notice chests are magic, right? This chest is magic. What does that tell you? That tells me that if I want to, I can use an orb of augmentation or an orb of something potentially on a chest to make it better. You know what? I take that back. I don't know if you can do that. I might be wrong there. I think I'm wrong there. I think, you know what? I really don't know. Let's just table that for now. Because I don't have any orbs in here, so I can't tell you for 100% certain. You know what? I'm just going to open it. Ooh, okay, got a wrap quarter staff. Some gold. All right, let's go keep killing things.
Infection.
As you can tell, I don't know everything about this game. I've been playing for a few years, and I'll give you the little background story. I started playing Path of Exile 1, and the game got really complicated real fast. And at the time, I was heavily into World of Warcraft. So I just didn't have time to learn it all, and quite honestly, you know, when it started to suck up a lot more of my time, I said, I don't want to do this. I just want to have fun, and I wasn't having fun having to, you know, devote 4 and 5 hours of reading to playing a game. So when Path of Exile 2 came out, I started playing the game again. And I noticed that a lot of the streamers out there were really catering towards that meta, towards chasing. While, you know, blowing up everything in one shot is certainly fun, you know, there were no real places out there that taught you basically how to play the game. Well, we're coming up to a mini boss. Let's talk about mini bosses, right? So I'm going to hover over her. How's we going? And you see how she's a boss, and you can see how you can tell that she's a little bit more powerful by what's up the top there. Doesn't look like everybody else. So she's got some abilities. She does a lot of ice stuff. My minions are making fast work of her. And there we go. She is gone. I got a regal shard. So a stack of 10 of those becomes a regal orb. A nice couple of bows. Ooh, a twig circlet. That's a helmet. And then the head of the winter wolf. So, and I also got a notification that my inventory is full, but we'll take care of that in 1 second. Let's go into my inventory. So the first thing is it's going to give me 10% extra to cold resistance. So that's a good thing. A little right click. Hey, free 10%, right? And now I know that I have this this twig circlet. I don't have a helmet right now, so I want to identify that. I want to identify that. Okay. Gives me some energy shield. And it gives me fire resistance. So I'm going to put that on. I got a nice... Okay, all right. My inventory's not 100% full yet, so... But let's use this as a good opportunity to go back into town. So I'll click that portal. Clicking the portal does not reset your area. Doesn't do anything except open up a temporary portal to where you're going. It's a one-way ticket. I'm sorry, it's a two-way ticket. So you'll go back to the last town that you're in, and you'll notice how there's a portal that'll take you right back to where you came from. So remember when we were in Clearfell Encampment, how I said, if the well is glowing, go and click it, right? Because it's going to refill your health or your flasks, as well as your energy shield. So go ahead and click it. There you go. And now we're going to go and we're going to say hello to Una, and we're going to sell our white items.
Take your time. Another for my collection. Thank you.
And what I'm going to do is I am going to disenchant these unidentified. I'm not going to sell them for gold, so I'm not going to get more shards if I identify them first. So all I'm going to do is just pop them in here and disenchant them and get my 3 shards.
Goodbye.
I still don't have enough money to buy anything from her, so we'll go to stash, we'll drop off these shards, and we will continue back into Clearfell. All right. Checkpoint quick travel. You can see. So now that we've opened up more than one checkpoints in the area, right? If we click on a checkpoint, it'll open up the big map, and I can travel to any checkpoint that I've already discovered. So this is useful just in case you want to go from point A back to point B, right? Or later on, when we discover new areas, travel quickly over to those areas from where we are. But let's continue exploring this area. At some point during the game, you're going to grow out of wanting to pick everything off the floor. And so probably within the next couple of levels or so, what we will do is I will show you one of the most valuable tools that you can get with your Path of Exile experience. It's a free tool. It is called an item filter. And what the item filter does, as you can probably tell, is it filters the items that are on the ground in front of you. So if you no longer want to pick up or even see white items, you don't have to. Hey, we've reached a waypoint. What's a waypoint again, right? Waypoint allows us to get from one place to another. Now I've discovered Clearfell. Anytime I'm in Clearfell Encampment, I can go right to Clearfell. And then there's a checkpoint. Hey, there's the mud burrow. But let's keep exploring. Let's keep going. What do we got up here? I think I might have mentioned this. You know, I like going in circles around the enemies. You know, makes it easier to dodge. Keeps them moving all the time. It gives my minions time to go in. All right, there's another skill gem. And there's some more lore there if you want to read that notice of criminality. Another checkpoint, and there's the entrance to the Grelwood. Now, normally when you go into a new area, near the beginning of that new area, you will find a waypoint. I say normally because it's not 100% of the time the case, especially in these early areas. So when you go into the Grelwood, you will not find the waypoint immediately there. You have to search around a little bit, and there's a reason, and it's associated with this quest right here. Travel through Clearfell to the Grelwood. Basically, you are looking for the secrets of the Grelwood. But in other cases, and in the majority of areas, what I would advise to do is If you come upon an entrance to an area, take it, get the waypoint, and then go back and finish up the area that you were in. And that way, you can immediately travel to it later on, just in case, you quit for the night or your spouse calls you and says, hey, it's dinner time, etc. So you're not losing your progress. All right, so we've cleared the area. You can see. So let me just show you how to navigate when you're on the map screen, because you can't navigate with your map. You navigate by using the arrow keys, and that's how you move your map up and down, so you can see where you're at. And you'll always see where you're at by this little dot. All right. So we are about to go into the mud burrow. Man, I crap at pronouncing things. Anyway, that's all for the time being. I am the Casual Exile. I'll see you next time.